Hi there! I'm glad you decided to watch my video, because now I've prepared for you several new cases of humans' eagerness to save animals, and you're sure to be touched. When the rescuers from Animal Aid Unlimited came to the call, they saw a cute dog lying on the ground. He made no sound, but inside, he screamed in pain. He could not stand and his legs were bent. It turned out he had a spinal injury. The poor dog was named Precious. Within 6 weeks he was treated, but there was no result. It seemed that Precious was hopeless, but the dog really wanted to recover, and he was finally able to do it. Thanks to his love of life and the help of kind people, Precious is now living a full dog life. May is a very strong-minded dog. She lived in an abandoned house and was struggling to get food, as her front legs were almost lost. Rescuers immediately took the poor dog to the hospital for surgery. May learned to live without front legs and use a special wheelchair for disabled dogs. A kind family adopted May, and now she has a new home and many new friends. Now she lives the life she deserves. While walking in nature, the couple noticed a mother sheep who was stuck in the river and could not get out. Her child was circling nearby. The brave man climbed into the river. It was a rather difficult task to drag the thing out of the water as the animal was really heavy, but he managed to lift the frightened sheep to the ground. Well, we hope this sheep will soon get away from fear and will be more careful in the future. Romeo was found in a shelter living in a toilet, living a miserable life until rescuers found him. Kaido and Sergio found a new family for Romeo and took him to France, to the countryside. You can say Romeo is going to a real paradise. It's hard to imagine a better place than this. Now he has a sister, and they walk a lot in the fresh air and eat quality food. His new parents fell in love with him and cared for Romeo in a way that no one else has cared for him before. 2 baby deer fell into the in-ground pool. How and why did this baby fawn get into the water? No one knew, but luckily, Parma police came to their aid. The policemen, with the help of nets, took the kids out of the pool and they happily fled into the forest. I hope it won't make such a mistake again.
All right. There's more. Come on, buddy.
If the former owners of Chanel had fed her as it should be, then she would not have been in such a deplorable state. The poor girl had a fractured front leg, but it did not heal. Dr. Cliff, a worldwide vet, first tried to cure the paw. But a week after, when removing the bandage, he saw that the situation was getting worse. He later learned what Chanel had been fed before. Her irresponsible former owners fed her meat, rice, and bread. As a result, she developed metabolic bone disease. Chanel grew and her body lacked minerals. The doctor informed the shelter that it was impossible to keep the leg, and he decided to amputate it. The poor fellow will face a difficult period of rehabilitation, but she will cope with it. Now all that remains is to find a permanent home for Chanel with responsible owners. Sparrowhawk is a bird of prey and has no place under the same roof as humans. Nevertheless, one sparrowhawk decided to fly under the roof of the auto service garage. The bird didn't know how to get out, or maybe it just didn't want to. But Simon and Lori from Wildlife Aid helped the bird to get free. Rescuers, with the help of nets on 6-meter sticks, caught Sparrowhawk and released him into the sky. Factory workers in Cato Ridge got scared when they saw a dangerous snake behind a garbage can. People called rescuers. Nick Evans and Duncan Slabbert arrived and dealt with the problem in a minute. One of the men deftly took out a large puff adder and placed it in a plastic bucket. Now the factory workers have nothing to fear. In the island of Sri Lanka, a young tusker elephant fell into a mud pit and could not get out of it on its own. If not for the help of villagers and officials, he would have stayed in the pit forever. The poor animal had little strength left, but he believed in his rescue and therefore did not frown. With the help of a special vehicle, people leveled the ground near the pit, and the young elephant was finally able to get out of it. It is a great luck that they managed to notice and save him in time. Horse Christian was frightened of the fire in the barn and froze there on the spot. From fear, he could not step towards the exit. But 2 Pennsylvania police officers and a farm worker struggled to save the animal. Literally in the last minutes before the approach of fire, they managed to pull Christian out into the air. It was like a real miracle that the people managed to do everything right in time. The unfortunate dog fell into the sewer and spent at least 2 days there. She howled at night, and the local residents went in search of the dog that asked for help so desperately. Having found the dog, he called rescuers. As a man from dog rescue shelter Mladenovac arrived, he went down to the dog in the sewer and quickly got it out of there. It smelled awful, so he acted as quickly as possible. The dog even tried to bite him. The rescuer took the poor dog to the clinic for examination and therapy. Then the dog went to a foster home. At first, Kana felt in danger and kept biting. But after a few days, she made friends with all the inhabitants of the foster home, including the cats. A horrific incident happened to this dog. She was inhumanely chained to a barrel. Hera gave birth to puppies, but they were taken away from her. A rescuer from Taki's shelter was able to find one puppy named Rosie. Mom had a big tumor, and she was depressed. She absolutely did not resist the actions of the rescuer. Mom and puppy were taken to the shelter. Rosie cheered up quickly, but Hera needed more time. But in the end, Hera again learned to enjoy life and no longer remembers the past, but lives in the present. A man who saw this tormented girl cannot pass by and called for help. Hermione from DAR Animal Rescue came to the call and immediately took the poor kitten to the vet. The poor thing was in very bad shape. X-rays showed head trauma. This is a very serious injury. Most likely she was hit by a car. The vet gave her the treatment she needed, but even after many days, the baby could not eat and drink on her own. She had 3 seizures, but she recovered. When the kitten got better, Hermione took her to the shelter for further care. The baby's already feeling better, but her brain has not yet fully recovered and she continues to be in danger. Kanan Animal Welfare, a rescue group in India, received a call asking to help a stray dog. When the rescuers arrived at their destination, they were shocked by the poor animal's condition. The dog was burning with fever. She was quickly taken to the veterinary clinic. The doctor said she was very young, about 3 months old. Peaches began her treatment. It took a very long time for her to recover, and now Peaches is a happy dog. She was adopted by her foster parents, and now she is happier than ever. Of course, there are much more such animals, and all of them can't be said in my list. But all of them are extremely important and gorgeous to be saved and feel sorry for. And now, if you want something positive and impressive, I offer to watch and subscribe to the Amazing Things channel. There, you can find unbelievable content. See you!